Have you been curious about Make, but get really confused when you hear words like module, scenario, webhook, connection? Well, you're not the only one. I was really confused when I started my AI automation journey, and I'm here to walk you through some of the basics and really just water this bad boy down so that it's super easy to digest. So, to start off, Make.com is a platform where you're able to tie certain apps together to build a workflow. So that within itself is hard to digest. So let me water that down even more. It's a platform to allow apps to talk to each other. So let's say you got Google Sheets, you got LinkedIn, you got YouTube over here, you got all these different apps, and you want it to do something. Well, you can't do that because all of these different apps live on their own little island. Make.com allows you to tie all of those apps together so that you can create a workflow and essentially have triggers and actions to do a certain thing. So let's look at it very, very simply. So what I have here is make.com pulled up. And the scenario option here is where we're going to start. So a scenario is essentially just a workflow or a way of saying what you want to be done, right? So let's say I want to connect my Google Sheets to my Dropbox. You would do that by creating a scenario or a situation, right? You need to create a situation or some kind of environment where these apps live. So right here, you'll see a purple circle. This is what make.com calls a module, but essentially a module is an app, right? Let's just say what it is. It's an app that allows you to link certain tools together to do a certain thing. So here we have a ton of different apps that I've been using recently. So I got Google Sheets, I got Gmail, Relevance, ChatGPT, tons of apps. So they have hundreds of apps that are already native to make.com. So they're already pre-built in, and all you have to do is essentially just upload or log in to your credentials. So if you have a Dropbox account, log into it. You have a Gmail account, log into it, and then you're going to be able to connect all these apps together. So we are here in our scenario, which we can name whatever we want. And here is our first module. So we can go through any of these and we can add them. But the first thing you want to do when you're creating a new scenario or workflow or situation or environment is to figure out what you want done, right? Like, where am I even going with this? So this is a great program, but it doesn't serve any purpose if you don't know where you're going with it. So let's say in this situation, what I want to do is say, every time ChatGPT creates me an image, let's say it generates an image for me, I want it to automatically upload it to Dropbox. Well, I can't do that right off the bat because these programs don't talk to each other, right? So what I'll do is I would create two different modules. I'll set up a ChatGPT module and I'll set up a Dropbox module within make.com and essentially tie them together. And then now I can have that feature actually work. So to put it very simply, those are the very, very basics of make.com. Some other options in here as well is there's different tools, there's flow controls, there's iterators, there are aggregators, and that's a whole nother video within itself. But essentially there are a lot of different tools in here that help kind of push this workflow together. So all in all, make.com is a very, very cool platform because it allows you to really extend some of the capabilities of these apps to do things for you. To really do things for you. So instead of you going in and creating the image in ChatGPT, downloading it to your computer and uploading it into Dropbox and messaging your coworker about it, it can all be built and automated within itself. So I wanted to show you just a quick one that I've created and then some of the templates here as well. So first things first is let's take a look at some of the templates. So to put it simply, make.com has created tons of templates for you to play around with, and it gives you a very brief description of what it does, like this one, right? Generates ChatGPT completions from Google Sheets row. So what it does is it has this first module or app is Google Sheets. It takes Google Sheets and then it takes the information in Google Sheets and then it goes over here to OpenAI, ChatGPT, creates either an image or creates some kind of summary or description. It has some kind of prompt trigger in it that ChatGPT will take that information and afterwards it'll feed it back into your Google Sheets. So that's a very simple, template that they have available. There's a ton of pre-built templates in here to really help automate some of these workflows. So let me show you a really quick one that I've put together for myself. So this is a fun one. It's easy to follow. It looks kind of crazy, but it's easy to follow. So this is for a wedding planner, right? So imagine you're a wedding planner and you're taking some very rough notes. What I have is the first module here, or the first app, is Google Docs. So let's say I'm just writing all my information to Google Docs, no structure at all, just random. Some things have bullet points, some don't. Capitalized, not capitalized. It's messy. It's messy. There's no route in this one, right? Just as a wedding coordinator planner. That information goes into ChatGPT where it's structured, where ChatGPT is going to figure out, okay, when she says blue and white, these are colors. When she says beach and winery, these are venue options. So ChatGPT is able to take my messy notes and clean it up and give it a structured data. From there, it's going to put into my Airtable. Airtable is another module or app that I use to essentially organize all my information. So it's very similar to Google Sheets. From there, it's going to go to Array Aggregator. Let's just skip that. Tools, sleep, let's just skip that as well. Next thing he's going to do is it's going to go into Relevance AI. Relevance AI is an agent that I built. What this agent does is it takes all that structured information. Let's just imagine the information is all structured. So now my messy notes have turned into categories, right? This is the dress that she wants. These are the cupcake styles that she wants. This is X, Y, and Z. This agent here in Relevance AI, what they're going to do is they're going to create a creative brief, or they're going to create a project for that couple. From there, it's going to go back into OpenAI. This agent creates an image for me of what my inspiration board can look like. So essentially, we started off with really messy notes, and then here we are in this like fifth or sixth module. And what this module does is going to create a mood board or Pinterest style looking board based on that information, and it's going to upload it into Dropbox. And then from here, once we're in Dropbox, it's going to take it and it's actually going to email you the results. And so it says, hi, Tina and Aaron, based on our meeting, this is kind of what we discussed based on my messy notes. And then from here, all I have to do is click go or run once, and then it'll run my entire scenario. And then it's going to email my client the image of my mood board within a matter of maybe 2 minutes. So this is a fantastic way to really simplify some of the projects that you've been working on. Though it looks really complex, Make.com allows you to take all these different apps and tie them together so they all talk to each other, so that you can really automate and efficiently run your business. So with that being said, this is a very quick tutorial on some of the key features of Make. I'll do a deep dive into some of the other apps and other modules as well, but I just think, to put it simply, I had a lot of issues and confusion when it came down to some of these words and terminology, but hopefully this helps water it down a little bit so that you understand. And with that, thank you so much. Bye.